Welcome everyone. We'll start with the new topic in this video. As I have already said you, I'll be starting a new lesson, that is photosynthesis. In the previous class we have finished with the lesson respiration. Now with the new lesson photosynthesis. I think all of you know, not I think, just all of you know that what is photosynthesis. We have been studying about photosynthesis since we are in the first standard. Okay. So here in the 10th class also we have seen a little detailed explanation about photosynthesis. We have seen what are the factors of photosynthesis. We have seen how those factors are essential. What happens if during photosynthesis if one of the factor is absent. So all those things we have already seen. Now in this chapter we'll see the detailed process of photosynthesis, how photosynthesis takes place, how plants get the energy, how we get the energy, how we get the food. Everything will be seen in detail. Coming to this process of photosynthesis. So actually what is photosynthesis? We all know each and every living organisms requires energy. Each and every living organism, in order to survive, it requires energy. In order to survive, it requires energy. To do any work, living organisms require energy. Whether it is animal, whether it is human being or whatever, living organisms, when it is a living organism, it requires energy for the survival. Because in the living organisms, even if it doesn't do any other work, but our body, in order to survive, our body needs to perform various processes like respiration, digestion, excretion, various processes, metabolic processes has to be carried out in our body, and for that our body requires energy. And where do we get that energy from? We get that energy from the food material which we eat. The food material which we eat, it will be digested, then it will be oxidized. It will be digested and it will be oxidized. After oxidization of the food material, energy will be produced along with the carbon dioxide. This we have already seen in the process of photosynthesis, how glucose is used by the cell and how it gives out carbon dioxide, water and energy. We have seen this process, how glucose is utilized, that is glycolysis, then we have Krebs cycle, then we have oxidative electron transport, oxidative phosphorylation. All this process will take place. But here, so all this process will take place when we have food. Because when we have food, then only food will be digested to glucose, then glucose will be utilized, oxidized with the oxygen. The glucose will be oxidized and it will produce carbon dioxide, water and energy. So here now first thing is how food is produced. We will get the energy by utilizing the food material. How will be the food material will be produced? The food material will be produced by plants. Plants will prepare the food material for themselves as well as the other living organisms. Plants will prepare food material for themselves as well as for the other living organisms. So here how they produce food for themselves as well as for the other living organisms. There is a basic process by which plants, which are autotrophs, that is they can prepare their own food. Plants are autotrophs which can prepare their own food. How they can prepare their own food? With the help of a process called as photosynthesis. With the help of a process called as photosynthesis. So here what is photosynthesis actually? Photosynthesis is a photochemical process. Photosynthesis is a photochemical process by which plants use light energy. Photosynthesis is a complex photochemical process. Photo means light. Chemicals is chemical substances. It uses light and chemical substances. And what happens? So it is a process. Photochemical means both the light as well as chemicals are used for during the process of photosynthesis. So that is why we say photosynthesis as photochemical process. So photosynthesis is a photochemical process in which light energy is used. Light energy is used to derive the synthesis of carbohydrate. Okay, light energy is used to for the synthesis of carbohydrates, for the production of carbohydrate. Carbohydrate is a chemical, this light energy. So using this light energy, we are producing a chemical substance which is nothing but carbohydrate. So that is why we say photosynthesis as a photochemical process. Photosynthesis is a complex photochemical process in which plants use sunlight. Plants use sunlight for the production of or for the synthesis of carbohydrate. Okay, for the synthesis of carbohydrate. So this is the basic explanation, definition which we are studying right from the beginning itself, right from the lower classes. So what is photosynthesis? It is a process in which food is produced, or it is a process in which green plants produce food material by using carbon dioxide, water and sunlight. So here, so that definition. So what we get by this process of photosynthesis? Plants produce food material by the process of photosynthesis. Okay, photosynthesis is a process which is basically providing food to all the living organisms. By this process of photosynthesis only, plants will produce the food for themselves as well as for other living organisms. So we can say that photosynthesis is the basic process, is the basic life process where we get the food material. During this process, that is this process produce food material which is very much required for the survival of plants as well as all the other living organisms. So basically during photosynthesis, two things are produced. During photosynthesis, two things are produced. One thing which is produced is the food material. Food material, that is carbohydrate. We said na, light energy is used to produce carbohydrates. So what is a carbohydrate? We use this carbohydrate as a food material. So what we are getting from photosynthesis? Food material we are getting, and along with the food material, one more very important thing which we are getting, which is very essential for the survival of the living organism, that is we are getting oxygen. We are getting oxygen by the process of photosynthesis. So during the process of photosynthesis, carbohydrate is produced, but along with carbohydrate, oxygen is also evolved. Oxygen is also evolved during the process of photosynthesis. So that is why we say it is a basic process in which light energy is taken, energy from the sunlight is taken to give us food as well as oxygen. We get many other things from this one. By the process of photosynthesis, plants will be producing many different types of products, but the most important product which we get by this is the food and oxygen. The food and oxygen. And how these two are given out to other living organisms? By utilizing this light energy. And from where they are getting the light energy? They are utilizing the energy from the sun. They are utilizing the energy from the sun. So directly plants are utilizing that energy from the sun, and that energy is converted into chemical, that is carbohydrate. We are using that carbohydrate as food. So what is going as inside us? Sunlight entered into the plant. Okay, plant has utilized that sunlight and converted this into, that is the light energy has been converted into chemical energy, that is by the production of carbohydrates. These carbohydrates we are eating. So sun is going inside our body also. Directly we are not dependent on sunlight. We are not dependent on sunlight. It is not that when sunlight comes then only we will be breathing, then only we will be surviving. It is not that. Without sunlight also, even in the dark also, we can survive. We can survive, but we are not directly taking the sun inside our body. We are not opening our mouths and taking sun, but sun is entering into our body indirectly. How it is entering? Plants are taking that sunlight, plants are trapping that sunlight and converting that light energy into chemical energy. This chemical energy is utilized by the other living organisms such as we, human beings and animals. Okay, even plants also utilize that, because plants do require energy. Their energy requirements might be less when compared to human beings and other animals, but plants do require energy. Plants do require energy. So how we are getting? We are getting the energy with the help of the process of photosynthesis. So there is light energy is present inside the body of each and every living organisms. We are not directly dependent on the sun, but indirectly we are dependent on the sun. We are dependent on the sun. Why? Because plants will not trap the sunlight. Plants cannot trap the sunlight. If they cannot trap the sunlight, this carbohydrate cannot be produced. If carbohydrates are not produced, if food material is not produced, we will not be able to survive. Other organisms, animals, other organisms will not be able to survive. So here directly, or that is indirectly, we all are dependent on the sunlight. Sunlight is the major source of energy for the living organisms. Sunlight is the basis of energy for all the living organisms. Okay, so now with the help of the sunlight, plants perform the process of photosynthesis. And here we say that for photosynthesis to be performed, that is various factors are essential. Various factors are required for the process of photosynthesis. There are factors. Two types of factors are required. One is external factor and another is internal factors. Externally, that is how plants are getting those factors, how plants are dependent on those factors which they are getting from outside, which are not present inside their body. External factors, why we say? Because plants does not have those things present inside their bodies. They need to take from outside source. That is why they are external factors. And internal factors, because they are already present inside the bodies of the plant. So here there are four things. There are four factors which are very much essential for the process of photosynthesis. If plants has to perform this process of photosynthesis, then plants require these four factors. What four factors plants require? They require sunlight, water, carbon dioxide and chlorophyll. They require sunlight, water, carbon dioxide and chlorophyll. These four are the very important factors These four are the very important factors which are responsible for the process of photosynthesis. Out of these four, this chlorophyll and water is present inside the plant. Plants take this water from the sun, that is from the soil itself, but still soil enters into the bodies of the plant. Soil enters inside the plant through the roots. So that is why we take this water and chlorophyll as the internal factors which are responsible for photosynthesis. And the sunlight is taken from the outside, and carbon dioxide is taken from outside in the environment. That is why this sunlight and carbon dioxide, these are called as the external factors. But whether internal or whether external, these four factors are very much important for the process of photosynthesis. These four factors, what are those four factors? Sunlight, water, carbon dioxide and chlorophyll. These four are the very important factors for photosynthesis. Okay, now we have already seen how these factors are very much essential for the process of photosynthesis. In the absence of any one of this factor, in the absence of even one of the factor, if sunlight, water and chlorophyll is present, if carbon dioxide is not present, in the absence of only one, out of 4, 3 are present, now only one is not present. In the absence of even one factor also, that is photosynthesis cannot be performed by the plants. We have already seen this, how these factors affect the process of photosynthesis during our 10th class. These were the important questions for this 10th class, that is lesson for nutrition. We have seen this in the lesson nutrition. During photosynthesis, how these factors were essential. So in order to see this, for carbon dioxide is essential for photosynthesis, there was an experiment, the experiment called as Moll's half-leaf experiment. Moll's half-leaf experiment. So in which what we have done is we have taken a potted plant, healthy potted plant, kept in the dark room for 2 to 3 days. So during this 2 to 3 days, whatever the starch was present inside the plant, that has been utilized. Okay, now the plant does not have any starch, or does not have any stored food material, because whatever the food material was stored in the plant, that has been utilized during these 3-4 days, and new food material has not been synthesized. Why? Because the plant was kept in darkness. So because of darkness, plant was unable to prepare the food material, and whatever food material was present, so it has been utilized during this 3-4 days. Okay, now after 3-4 days, that potted plant is taken outside. Okay, and a jar will be taken, a jar will be attached to the stand, and on that stand now, inside that is jar will be there, and inside the jar KOH will be present. So KOH is nothing but potassium hydroxide. Okay, so what does potassium hydroxide do? It absorbs all the carbon dioxide which is present inside the bottle. Okay, now inside that bottle we will insert a leaf, half leaf of the plant. For example, here if this is this bottle, inside this bottle, the bottle is closed with this rubber cork. Okay, the bottle is closed with this rubber cork. Inside this we have potassium hydroxide. Okay, we have taken a potted plant. Now the leaf was there. Okay, here the leaf of the potted plant is such that half of the leaf is inside the bottle, half of the leaf is attached to the plant. Do you remember this by seeing this setup? You have studied this experiment in your 10th class. So here what happened? This setup, after inserting the leaf inside the bottle, half of the leaf inside the bottle and half still attached to the plant, this setup has been kept in sunlight for 3 to 4 hours. The setup has been kept in sunlight for 3 to 4 hours. That is, now when this setup is kept in sunlight, it will start the process of photosynthesis. And to perform photosynthesis, it requires certain time. So that is why we keep this setup in sunlight for 3 to 4 hours. Okay, after 3 to 4 hours, you just take out this leaf from the bottle and plug this leaf from the plant, and to this leaf you just take this leaf and on this leaf put iodine solution. On the leaf. We will see this part of the leaf, half it was in the bottle. Okay, now this part becomes blue color, dark blue color, and this part does not change, color will not change. The part which was inside the bottle, there won't be any color change when we put the iodine solution on it. But when we put this iodine solution on this part of the leaf, this leaf will turn blue. That means only this part which was outside, it has changed to dark blue color. That means this change of green color to dark blue color, that means starch has been produced in this part, whereas here there is no change in the color. That means starch has not been formed in this part of the leaf. Why is it such? Everything is same. Water is going inside. Okay, sunlight is, because it is a bottle, transparent bottle, sunlight is entering inside it. Okay, water is there, chlorophyll is there in this leaf also, chlorophyll is there in this leaf also. But what is absent? Why this part of the plant has not changed the color? Because this part of the plant has got the carbon dioxide from the surrounding, whereas this part of the plant has not got the carbon dioxide. Why? Because whatever carbon dioxide was there in the bottle has been consumed by this potassium hydroxide. There is no carbon dioxide inside the bottle. So that is why the leaf did not get the carbon dioxide. This part of the leaf did not get carbon dioxide and it has not performed the process of photosynthesis. This part of the leaf has got the carbon dioxide and it has performed the process of photosynthesis. So this shows that how carbon dioxide is very essential for the process of photosynthesis. In the absence of carbon dioxide, these photosynthesis cannot take place and plants cannot prepare the food material. Similarly, we have seen the experiment for sunlight also. So same thing was done. Plant was kept in dark for 3 to 4 days and afterwards, instead of keeping this leaf inside the bottle, what we did is we have covered this leaf with black paper. We have covered this leaf with sunscreen or black paper. Now this part of the leaf has got the sunlight, carbon dioxide, everything, but this part of the leaf, it has got carbon dioxide. It has got carbon dioxide, it has got water, chlorophyll, but this part did not get the sunlight. So if we put this iodine solution on this now, take out the sunscreen and put iodine solution on this, this parts will show blue color, this part will not show blue color because this part did not get the sunlight. This part did not get the sunlight. So that is why it did not produce it does not produce starch. Because starch is the ultimate thing which is formed after photosynthesis. We'll check whether photosynthesis has been performed or not by the presence of the starch. Now this part of the leaf has not shown any presence of starch. So that means even in the absence of sunlight, all these factors were present, but in the absence of sunlight, the photosynthesis cannot be performed. Similarly, we have seen how chlorophyll is essential for photosynthesis. We have seen variegated leaf. Take a leaf, variegated leaf. Okay, different color leaf will be there now on the same leaf, green color, red color and all. So take that variegated leaf, keep it on inside the sunlight. Same thing you do. Then keep it inside the sunlight, pluck out that leaf and put iodine on this. Only the parts which are green, it will turn into blue color. The part which is red or any other color part on the leaf, it will not show any change in the color. That means only green parts will perform the process of photosynthesis. Why? Because green parts of the plant will consist of a pigment called as chlorophyll, and this chlorophyll pigment is very essential for the process of photosynthesis. The leaf with the different, that is on the leaf, green will be there, red will be there, blue will be there, yellow will be there, different leaves, that is we have seen this on the variegated leaf, different colors. So here other colors did not show any change in the color. Other colors did not change into dark blue color. Only the green part which was there on the leaf, only it changed into this dark blue color. That means starch is produced only by the green parts of the plant. And why they are green? Because of the presence of this pigment chlorophyll. So in the absence of any one of the factor, photosynthesis cannot be performed. We have seen these experiments in the 10th class itself. If you you can go and refer your 10th class textbook. You will see all those experiments which I have explained in the just now. So now what I was trying to say is, for the process of photosynthesis to be carried out, these 4 factors are very important. Apart from these 4 factors, there are other factors as well. Temperature is there, humidity is there, many other, pressure is there. The other factors is also there. They also influence the rate of respiration. But these 4 factors are very important for the process of photosynthesis. Okay. And because of this process of photosynthesis, it produces it produces starch and it produces oxygen. Starch in the form of carbohydrates and oxygen. that a carbohydrate will be utilized in the form of food material. So now in this video we have seen the introduction of this photosynthesis, what we have already studied. In the next video we will take up with this different historical background of the different scientists, how different scientists have helped in the process of that is in the research in the process of photosynthesis, to know how photosynthesis will occur, what will happen, all those things. So here we will go into the historical background of the scientist. Okay, in the next video we'll take this one. In the next video, along with this one, a few more scientists are there. We'll take up in the next video about all the different scientists who helped during, that is, whose research helped to see how photosynthesis is performed. Just introduction, we have done this one. We will see all this historical introduction along with this scientist and some other scientists as well in the next video.